As the resident tech person in my family, I have been tasked with converting some of these VHS tapes to a digital format. If you are also the tech person in your family, do not let these people tell you to put those tapes on DVDs. I cannot tell you how many times I've been asked to put a tape onto a DVD, and I'm like, what year are you living in that you're still using DVDs? Just think about that for a second. Do you even have a DVD player? My recommendation is to put them on a USB thumb drive, a hard drive, or if you don't care too much about privacy, put them on a YouTube channel, but make every video unlisted so you can just send them a link. Obviously, YouTube itself will have access to that video, but nobody else will. But whatever you do, don't put it on another form of media that nobody's gonna watch it on. That being said, as a tech person, you must be in charge of backing these up. Don't rely on them to keep track of those files. You put it on your own hard drives that are backed up to Backblaze or on your Synology or whatever else. Also, I finally took this opportunity to order a RetroTink 5X to capture these. It hasn't arrived yet, but I will talk more about that when it does. For those of you who have been watching my vlog since the very beginning, this time of year was when I started. I think I started on October 6th of 2015. That vlog might not still be online because the music had like a copyright issue, so you can't actually view it. But that was one of the few times in my life where I was in the good old days and I knew I was in the good old days. I've always really loved weather like this, but man, it was so much fun to like be learning so much about how to film things every single day and just being so excited at the possibilities. Like being outside at night like this and having a camera that you can actually see things. Like that was when I first got the A7S II. Man, that was so exciting. And just doing this right now, like reminds me of how much I love to just film things. Have you ever had a time where you were in the good old days and you knew you were in the good old days? Like where as you're doing it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna look back on this and this is gonna be good times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about the start of the vlog, and at the time I was like, oh man, this is...
You're gonna get dust on you.
But at the time I was thinking about how fun it was to be doing it and how looking back, I will look back on that time period and be like, oh, that was good times.
Yeah. When I was in high school and in choir, it was late in the evening, just like dusk. It was like maybe 15 people. So we spread ourselves all the way around the auditorium and we were singing and it got dark and we really couldn't see. There weren't any lights on. And at the very end, it just ended perfectly. And I remember when it happened, I thought, this is magic. I wonder if this will ever happen in my life again.
What are these?
It's a keto chocolate chip cookie, plant-based.
Oh, pretty good.
Half the amount of sugar
I feel like half the amount of sugar.
on almost everything with
If you
one.
did, yeah, if you just put less sugar. I do think people can take away the wrong lesson from that though. It's not that you should think about the good old days and want to go back. It's that there will always be new good old days. And a lot of times we're guilty of saying, oh, they don't make this like they used to. I was just talking about Macross Plus the other day, talking about how they don't make anime like that anymore. And I don't want to imply that they don't make good anime anymore. They absolutely do. I'm just saying they don't make hand-drawn, cel-shaded animation anymore. Some people do. You still have your Miyazakis of the world. But even that one, that was trying to bridge hand-drawn animation with computer graphics. There's plenty that is super interesting and appealing about those old forms of technology, but technology will always march on. I don't have it anymore, but the original camera I bought back in 2012 was the Canon T3i. That was like a big camera, and its video quality is substantially worse than this little camera's quality. You can't change lenses on this one, so you can't do like as much stuff. But the actual quality of the video, just light years ahead. How much time has passed? Man, that was 12 years ago? Come on. Also, remember I used to film in the car at night? I don't know what it is, man, but I just love recording stuff. I love recording stuff and then organizing it into folders and then letting it marinate for many years and coming back to it and be like, oh yeah. We named it Adventure Archives kind of just on a whim. Like, I don't think we thought that much about it, but the archive part of it is such a big part of it. Just, I've been archiving things since I was a kid, man. I just love having stuff that marinates over time. Okay, well, in any case, that might be it for today's vlog. If it is, I will see you in the next one. If not, see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good one. See you then.
Now, it was on to the next leg of our journey, and the landscape ahead felt like it belonged to an exotic, far-off land. As we hiked, we came across a couple of viewers who recognized us from afar.
Hi, my name's Rob. This is my wife Molly.
Hi.
And we're just huge fans of your guys' show. Thank you so much for spending all the time to go out and do this. It's really inspired us to do it as well. We love you guys. Keep it up. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We got a sign on the left. The sign marked the boundary of the national park, but there was also a path leading off the main trail. We saw a super nice looking lake way in the distance, and we think it's just over this hill here.
The lake looked quite peaceful, but we decided to stay on the main trail. Just nearby, there were some strange geological formations on the ground.
We've got these like volcanic rock lava tube looking things, but look down this hole right now. The holes weren't as deep as they looked at first, but they were still a strange sight to find in this landscape. Now we continued on.
Spearhead Peak loomed in the distance.